Previously on the Lion's Den.
I'm sure you've heard about Jack Turner's recent difficulties. Sources tell me an indictment's come down and he'll have to face the charges. The executive committee has recommended you as his replacement.
You are gonna need a lawyer, Jack.
I expect you to find something to bring Jack Turner down. If you're not up for the job, I'll find someone else.
Wasn't Willow Peterson an associate that year?
They're really thinking of shutting down the clinic. In the meantime, you'd come to work at the firm.
You took the job to keep it open.
I'll call Don Gordon, get this over to the DOJ, and get your name cleared by morning.
Just like that, everything goes back to normal.
I won't kid you, I'm a little nervous.
Why should you be nervous? I'm the one who returns in shame.
You got off.
But will they accept me?
That's true. Do I look like I belong?
No.
Good. Wait. I feel like I'm in the last scene of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, that ended well.
Let's go.
This
is for you.
No, I think it's for you.
Why? It can't be for me.
Why?
Because I don't know anyone. Thank you.
Okay. See you.
I am not worthy.
Yeah, you are. Work through the guild.
And besides, the location is not without its downside. Meet your new neighbor.
Do me a favor and don't hang your laundry on the railing, huh?
I think my office is bigger than yours.
Nice, same size. I got my stuff out of yours.
Thanks for keeping it warm.
Don't get too comfortable.
3 words I never thought I'd say again. Back to work.
Well.
Hey.
Welcome back.
You too.
Myra Borden called, so did your father, and the FBI released the second chapter of the imaging report. Your 9 o'clock meeting with Christensen has been
Daphne?
pushed. Yes, sir.
Can we not just dive right back into it?
Sorry?
Can I stretch, limber up?
Limber up?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's been
but
a brutal 3 weeks. I haven't been here in a while. I almost went to prison. I'd just like to, take it all in.
Take what in?
Being back, being a free man.
Okay. Do you want me to wait outside?
Forget it. What do you have?
The Belgian ambassador's son, People magazine cover boy Bo Van Hesch, ran a red light, smashed his car into a bread truck, critically injuring the driver. Congresswoman Janet Fried is requesting an emergency meeting to discuss diplomatic immunity. Bo's father, Ambassador Pierre Van Hesch, called. Assistant Secretary of State Miles Leland doesn't want you to take the ambassador's call without speaking to him first. And Greta Van Susteren wants to interview you live. You can forget about limbering up, Jack. You're hitting the ground running.
Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Yo. What do you want these? Put them right there. That's good. Thanks, Eddie.
Whew. This place is something else, man. They got a guy in the bathroom handing me a towel and gum. Please tell me he works here.
He works here.
Anything else you need?
No.
You want the gum?
No, I'm good.
I'll see you.
What's he doing here? I thought he didn't make the cut.
He did.
What, didn't somebody tell him?
Apparently not.
Okay, we got a problem.
No, you got a problem. The first day on the job, and you get to fire somebody.
Fire you is who I should fire.
He's being charged with drunk driving and aggravated assault.
Yes, and the U.S. government is threatening deportation and urging the Belgians to waive immunity.
Deportation's the least of his worries. How about the victim?
Still critical.
Both airbags deployed?
Yeah, it happens. Plus, there was luggage in the front
I
seat.
want to see photos of the car.
Okay.
Immunity. It's outlived its usefulness. Who came up with that?
British Parliament, 1708.
Where's our Playboy?
In the conference room, but the Congresswoman wants to speak to you first.
I gotta tell you, I'm having a hard time mustering any enthusiasm to defend some spoiled rich player with a famous last name.
Yes, and 3 weeks ago, your lawyer had the same problem.
What is it?
Your father called again. He got an offer on the beach house. He's giving you one last shot at it.
Tell him no. Tell him sell it.
Yes, sir.
Representative
Jack.
Freed.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
How you doing, Jack?
Simon? I'm fine. I've been unable to hook up with the ambassador.
Oh, yes. Beau's father is on the remote island of Panetteria with his 25-year-old girlfriend. Obviously, he's much too busy.
Seems like you're a little busy. You have a special election coming up.
Yes, but Beau's sister Monique and I were roommates at Oxford, and I've sort of looked after him in the States, although it's been a challenge.
Well, he's busy with chasing moonbeams and Playboy bunnies.
Beau has had no supervision. His mother died when he was 10. He was shipped off to boarding school.
We've tried, Jack. His life shouldn't be ruined because of one stupid mistake.
No, it's a mistake that almost killed someone.
Perhaps we came to the wrong place.
No, Jack is just processing it all. He wrestles with his conscience.
Who wins?
Well, since I took this job, my conscience loses 2 out of 3.
He's a good kid. He's just a little...
Let me meet with him. Right this way. Excuse me, please. Thank you. Beau?
Mr. Turner, so nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
It's a great honor. I've admired your father and your family for many years.
Thank you.
There's a certain pressure to live up to the family name. We share a kinship, no?
Indeed.
There's some great pieces here. Oh, no, this one.
You should see the ones in Jack's office.
Let's get to work.
I've spoken with counsel for the embassy. They've assured me they will not waive immunity.
Well, they don't have to.
Excuse me?
His immunity expired 6 weeks ago. On his 22nd birthday.
Come again?
Haley is in need of counsel, not me.
I thought this was about the FTC's charges against Eastern.
No, that's being handled upstairs.
Upstairs.
But this is no less important to me, Grant.
There's this junior-senior powder puff game at my school. I'm a co-captain.
Wait, Powder Puff is in girls' football, Powder Puff?
Yes. But this is more about what happened before the game. We do this initiation.
They're threatening over the suspension.
I've already gotten accepted into Harvard.
This could jeopardize that acceptance.
All right, exactly what happened?
I'm being accused of pouring cat urine and pig's blood on another student. But I didn't do any of that.
Cat urine.
Well, maybe we should show you.
Show me?
It's on the internet.
It's Puff's gone wild.
It's an initiation. And do you see me anywhere? No.
All right. Were you there?
Yes, but I wasn't doing anything.
Then why are they bringing you in?
Because I was there. I don't know.
They're also asking her to name names. It's difficult to see faces on the tape.
This has been going on at my school for 40 years. But this is the first year we're being punished.
It's a really good idea they videotaped it.
I've spent close to $500,000 putting all 3 of my girls through that school. I don't deserve this.
All right. Was there anything illegal going on? Any drinking?
Some of the girls were drinking.
But not you?
No, sir. President of Bethesda Academy Students Against Drunk Driving. I have taken a vow of sobriety.
Good. That's good.
We move to dismiss on the grounds that Beau von Hesch has diplomatic immunity.
Your Honor, the State Department has limited the time a child of a diplomat benefits from immunity to their 22nd birthday.
Or, if they are a full-time student, to their 23rd. Mr. von Hesch is continuing his education as an intern at the Corcoran Gallery.
What?
Move to introduce evidence that Beau von Hesch is enrolled at GW University.
Your Honor, we've had no notice of this defense. If this claim is valid, we will be asking for a waiver of Mr. von Hesch's immunity from Belgium.
I assure you, Your Honor, the claim is valid.
May I see that, please?
It's a certified copy of his registrar's receipt.
9 credits for an internship?
He's there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It allows him immunity for 1 more year.
In my day, we had to take quantum physics, history of modern art. But this does appear to be in order. I'm giving you 3 days, Mr. McGluck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
Well, we dodged one, but Immerglock's not going to roll over.
Yes, of course, I understand.
Janet, sorry I was so late. How'd it go?
He keeps his immunity, but the AUSA has 3 days to file a waiver.
Right. See, I told you everything would be okay.
Hello?
Please, let me buy you all dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have some work I need to do.
A drink, then.
When?
Hang on.
Patrick Hennessy died. The man who was driving the bread truck. Pulmonary embolism.
Oh, God.
You know now the Belgian government will waive his immunity.
Yeah.
Poor man.
He's looking at 20 years. It's manslaughter.
Miss Dugan will admit to her participation in Saturday's event, agree to 60 hours of community service, identify every student involved, and describe their degree of culpability, she may return to school following a 3-day suspension.
And if she doesn't sign?
She'll be expelled.
Expelled?
Grant.
That does seem a bit harsh.
As were your client's actions this weekend.
Alleged actions. Miss Cunningham, according to the Bethesda Academy handbook, if a student's behavior warrants disciplinary action, a judicial hearing is set up so said student can defend herself.
Yes, under normal circumstances, but this is a special circumstance, and this is how we're handling it.
I see. Well, in that case, I have no option other than to advise my client to sue this school for breach of contract.
Miss Dugan, let me make this plea to you directly. This is a one-time offer. Take it or leave it.
We'll leave it.
Wait.
No, we'll leave it.
Fine. Then consider this your notice of expulsion, Miss Dugan. Please turn in your school ID and empty your school locker immediately. If you set foot on this campus again, it will be considered trespassing and punishable to the fullest extent of the law.
What are you doing?
They don't have anything. You're not on tape. The school's under public scrutiny. If you sign that statement accepting liability, you, sir, are going to be open to a civil suit from every victim on that day.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to file for a motion of injunctive relief and a restraining order against the expulsion.
When?
Now.
How'd it go?
Manslaughter.
Bail denied. Belgians waived immunity.
Bo's in jail?
Yeah.
Ooh, way too pretty for that.
Wait.
Associate's floor.
Thank you. The passenger airbag, did it have blood on it?
No.
We're gonna need our guy. Talk to Scott Bayless. I want a timeline on Bo's night.
You think that he's using his immunity to cover for someone?
No, but I want to rule it out.
Okay.
You know what this is?
No?
Imaging in the firm's computers was done by the FBI during the Zerotech investigation.
They took my hard drive?
They took a picture of it. Shows you've been spending a lot of time cyber hunting Willow Peterson. What would that be?
Oh, it's nothing. I've heard a lot about her. We share some things in common.
Thanks.
I guess. I was just curious. Didn't you two used to...
We did it for summer. It didn't end well. Scott Bayless.
Right?
Hey, we have to prep for the Ty Mason custody hearing Thursday?
Right. Right.
He went to the clinic, that's why he's running late.
Eddie...
You okay, man?
I'm okay, yeah.
You look bummed.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Listen, I heard that you're gonna be pulled into a lot more white-collar nonsense. That they're gonna limit your pro bono.
Yes.
See, that's messed up, man.
I know.
You're not about that.
No, I'm not. But Eddie, I want to talk about you. You see?
Hey, look who made it.
Hey, man. Sorry, I'm late. I went to the old place.
You been clean?
60 days, man.
You ready to impress the judge and get your kids back?
Damn right. I want to take them to the zoo.
Hey, let's go. We'll work in my office, which is actually the canteen, but Riley's gonna get me a palatial suite, aren't you?
You bet.
Hey, you need to hit the can? Because we got a guy in there. You hit the bowl, it's like Halloween.
See, if I ever get fired, I want it to come from you, because you are the tough guy.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
What happened that night?
I told you.
That was before a man died. This isn't a fender bender anymore.
Who were you with? When did you get there?
I went out around 9. Went to a place called Dream, this new place on Oak.
We need to know who saw you drinking. If anyone warned you not to drive, tried to take your keys.
No, no one tried to take my keys, trust me.
Would you have remembered if they did?
Bo, look around. You want to live here?
Janet says everything's gonna be okay. She's gonna get me out of here.
She's a congresswoman. She can't do anything that even hints of impropriety.
Nah, you're right. Janet's not like that.
Was she your first phone call that night?
I can't remember. I was intoxicated.
Have you spoken to your father?
My father has no use for me, and I have none for him. You're lucky, Jack. You have a father who comes through for you. Please get me out of here.
I want to know who his first phone call was that night.
Bottom line, Your Honor, private institutions operate according to their own set of rules and standards and are not within the government's jurisdiction.
According to the contract the Dugan family entered into with Bethesda Academy, 12 years and $220,000.
Not relevant, Your Honor. Haley Dugan got the education she paid for.
Your Honor, it is right here. Should a student's behavior warrant disciplinary action, a hearing will be held by Bethesda Judicial Review Board to give the student an opportunity to defend herself. Haley Dugan has not been afforded that opportunity, Your Honor.
Mr. Green, if it's been established in the past that the students of Bethesda Academy are entitled to judicial review, then Haley Dugan should be able to enjoy that same privilege. I'm going to grant the TRO against expulsion until we have a full hearing on this.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have a second?
Sure.
I have Bo Van Hesch's phone records. He did not call Janet Freed the night of the accident, but he sure did on other nights. 57 calls in the month of December, at all hours.
Go on.
She watched him closely in Europe, too. The itinerary for the congressional fact-finding mission included Paris, Naples, and Hamburg. Not included was Brussels. She diverted there on her own dime to spend the weekend.
You know why Bo Van Hesch may not have called Congresswoman Freed the night of the accident?
Because she was in the car with him.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I understand your implication.
What implication?
That I was having an inappropriate relationship with Bo Van Hesch.
I save implications for juries, Janet. I'm just looking for clarity.
I can only say that, yes, Bo called the house a lot. We're close friends.
Calls at 3 a.m.
I don't know. He lives in Europe part of the time. I guess he's not great at factoring in the time change. Wouldn't you think my husband would be more concerned about this bill than you?
Yes, but you two have separate residences, and he spends most of his time in the home state. Tell me about the trip to Brussels.
Monique is Bo's sister. She's my best friend.
She lives in Paris.
She was at her father's that weekend.
Where were you the night of the accident?
At a dinner party in Georgetown.
Was your husband with you?
No. He was driving our car up from Florida.
So you were alone?
After the party, yes. So I rendezvoused with Bo, picked him up, crashed his car drunk, told him to take the fall because he's immune from prosecution, and then ran into the night. Let's just go with that scenario. What's in that for Bo? Why isn't he accusing me? He's in jail. He's looking at prison time.
Maybe he thinks you're powerful and in love with him, and you'll help get him out.
Well, I'm neither. I have a floor vote. I'm going to chalk this offensive inquiry up to a good lawyer trying to do his job. But it is the last time that I will dignify this type of questioning. My aide will show you out.
Miss Dugan, on the first day of the school year, do you sign a contract holding you to the laws outlined in the Bethesda Academy Student Handbook?
Yes?
And, are you familiar with these laws?
Yes. In fact, as student body vice president, I even helped to amend the appropriate use of the internet rules this year.
Ah, yes. In fact, aren't you planning on studying law yourself someday?
Yes?
Miss Dugan, if you would, please read the following underlined passage aloud.
Objection, this is not a trial.
Miss Dugan?
It was an initiation.
Miss Dugan, please.
Fine. When a student is subjected to verbal or physical harassment, ridicule, or demeaning activity by an individual or group of students for their amusement, it will be deemed hazing. Any violation will be subject to suspension or expulsion.
Thank you. This is a videotape of the initiation. In this copy, we had experts digitally separate and enhance the voices on the tape. It's just really necessary. So, Miss Dugan, do you recognize the voice on that tape? Miss Dugan, do you recognize the voice on that tape?
Objection, she's not going to answer that.
He's right, I don't have to.
So, Miss Dugan, could it be that the reason that you're not seen on tape doing anything wrong is because you're holding the camera?
10-minute recess.
How foolish can you be? I don't know what your idea of not doing anything is, but
I told you I was there. I didn't hit anybody. I was yelling, so what?
Courts call that incitement to violence.
It was a tradition. They were predisposed. I didn't incite anything.
You're going to study law, huh?
Everyone was doing it, has been doing it for generations.
Well, it's that kind of mindset that kept slavery going for hundreds of years.
cut her a deal.
Sir,
What kind
We're gonna
of
go
deal?
back in there, and you're gonna identify every one of those girls.
Knock out my friends?
No admission of guilt, no expulsion.
We could take this back to court.
We could lose.
I can't blacklist my friends.
Sweetie, this isn't the McCarthy hearings. You got accepted to the top school in the country.
Yes, because of what I've learned at that school for the past 12 years. And now they want me to go up against what they've taught me. To be true, to be loyal. That is what they have taught me.
If Wellburn's not happy at Fugate in town, then let's take him to dinner.
Sir.
Great idea.
Sir.
I need to talk to you.
Wait.
I'm in the middle of a meeting.
What you said to my wife today?
Gentlemen.
Excuse me.
Of course. You accused her of having an affair with Beau?
I was turning over rocks.
She would never.
You aware of your wife's trip to Brussels?
Brussels?
I have her itinerary right here, if you want to see it.
I don't need to see it, Jack. My wife has more integrity in one of her eyelashes than everyone in this building combined.
I appreciate your faith. But I have to tell...
No buts, Jack. Are you aware of the precarious position she's in with her runoff?
I am.
If the media would even get one whiff of this, do you know what they'd do to her?
I do, but I'm not her campaign manager.
Don't ruin this for her, Jack. She's got too many people depending on her. Don't.
You done?
Well, then let's fight it.
You have your custody hearing. Now they want you tested.
Then we'll appeal it.
Fighting this could take another 3 months. If you want to see your kids so bad and you're clean, just pee in the damn cup.
It's a violation of my rights.
To what? Get high?
No, I have never gotten high with my kids around. It's never impaired my ability to be a parent.
That may be true, but they have the judge on their side. And right now, you have to choose between your rights or seeing your kids. What?
Let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
Say you were married, and I told you I thought your husband was having an affair. What would your first reaction be?
Prove it.
And say I did. Are you angry?
Yes.
At who?
My husband, of course.
Not at me, not at the messenger, not at the bearer of bad news?
Maybe.
Okay, and say he was in the public eye. Would you worry about me sullying his good name?
Well, if you were right, then you and I would have a party and use his good name as a piñata.
Thank you.
What are you thinking?
That Simon Freed wants me to stay as far away as possible from the notion that anybody other than Beau Von Hesch was driving the car that night.
Why?
Because Simon Freed was.
So what you're saying is that Beau Van Hesch, International Ladies' Man, is really Beau Van Hesch, International Man's Man.
That is correct.
Jack, sorry to keep you waiting. Please, come in. Beau and I talked a lot. So what?
Did he call you the night of the accident?
Yes?
So you weren't here in Washington with your wife that night?
No.
You were driving a car up from Florida?
Yes, I drove all night.
He called you that night. You were his first call. We didn't see it at first on his bill because he called you from a payphone at the club.
He called you on your cell before the accident. These are the cell towers that transmitted the calls. One was from Bellevue at 12:57 p.m. The other was outside Penn Branch, 1 mile from the club, 2:12 a.m.
So if you were driving all night, like you say, you were driving around the Beltway.
Why are you digging?
Well, Simon, this is nothing. If Beau flips his story, you'll be under the high beams of the AUSA's office. And that's a whole other kind of scrutiny.
You're married to a member of Congress. You're worried that your affair with Beau will broadside her political career. She's in a tight race for the Florida 17th. She doesn't need this.
We had a couple of drinks. When it was time to leave, I took his keys. I was going to drive him to his place, take a cab back. There was this yellow light. I tried to gun it. Stupid.
Did you tell him to switch places at the accident?
No, that was his idea. It's no excuse, I know. There was no one around. I left.
Does Janet know?
No, she knows nothing. She doesn't deserve this. Neither does Beau. I'll do whatever he wants.
Uh-huh. Sometime later today. Hold on. He's in there. Yeah. Hold on. Let me call you back later.
Eddie. How you doing?
I think you handled the Ty Mason custody hearing all wrong.
You do?
You just cut him loose.
Cut him. Hey, you know how many chances I've given Ty Mason?
But don't we owe it to our clients to help them exhaust all their options?
No, sometimes they have to help themselves.
Oh! See, that's the cheap answer.
Excuse me?
That's the easy way out.
Hey, one thing you should know about me, I never take the easy way out, believe me. I have looked for the easy way out, but I just can't find it.
Look, Riley, I like you, man. You know, I liked working with you at the clinic, but I don't know if I can do this.
do this?
Work here, in this place. Wear a suit and tie and kiss partner ass and having people throw candy at me every time I take a leak.
Are you quitting?
Look, I'm sorry. I just can't do this type of law. Yo, I gotta be with the people. And quite frankly, man, I'm a little disappointed in you.
For selling out.
Hey, your words. But yeah. I mean, I never thought you'd do this, man. I thought you were gonna be a PD, but no, you just followed the money.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Quit already.
Okay, I will.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is it true, Miss Cunningham, that students at Bethesda Academy are required to attend school events?
They're not required.
Well, how about the Barbara A. Kelly breast cancer walk? The BA team clocked 99% attendance. Are you telling me that the students, they weren't encouraged to uphold this tradition?
Objection. Relevance.
Are you going somewhere with this, Mr. Rashton?
Yes, sir.
I'll allow it.
Miss Cunningham?
I would hope they'd want to help fight for the cure, Mr. Ashton.
Oh, yes, ma'am. But isn't it also true that in 2001, Zoe Little was undergoing chemotherapy treatment, and the entire junior class, they cut off their hair and donated it for wigs for leukemia patients, all in an act of loyalty.
As well as an act of compassion.
Yes, but these acts, they didn't go unnoticed, did they? They were rewarded.
They didn't do it for the reward.
No, they didn't. Because being loyal is being a Bethesda Academy student. Would you please translate the Bethesda Academy motto, Fidelitas Invalesco Dux Ducas?
It means loyalty, service, leadership.
Loyalty, service, leadership. And that's on the student handbook. It's on the school stationery. As a matter of fact, it's etched on the entrance to the school where the students can read it each morning. And these are the words that the students abide by.
That is correct.
Miss Cunningham, isn't it true that by being loyal to her classmates and refusing to name names, that by being of service to Bethesda Academy and participating in Saturday's tradition, that by leading her class, Haley Dugan was abiding by the most sacred words of this illustrious academy?
You can't be serious.
And that, in fact, she would be in breach of said contract, Your Honor, if she didn't do so.
This is just.
A reasonable argument, Mrs. Cunningham. Answer the question, please.
Please. Well, hello, Cambridge.
It's wonderful.
Well done, Mr. Rashton. Thank you.
You're welcome. Come back again after law school. We could use you at Lyon lacrosse.
But then I couldn't go up against you, and that seems like more of a challenge.
Okay, Aaron. How the hell?
He said that?
Yes.
He's lying. Why would he lie?
I don't know, but I was driving.
This is about your image.
What?
You'd rather do time in prison than have people think you're gay?
No.
Sure, People Magazine, Sexiest Man.
No.
You could be looking at 15 years.
I don't care. I don't care! I deserve it. I was drunk. I never should have been driving.
Why are you covering for him?
Did he threaten you? Claim he'd pull strings, have a hotline to the Judiciary Committee, because I'm here to tell you that's not going to work.
No.
Then why?
She did everything for me. She's the only one who ever cared.
Jen.
And what do? I ruined her marriage. I humiliate her.
Well, I think her husband has some responsibility in that, but there's a victim that we're not talking about. The man who died.
A man will pay for his death, and that man will be me. I'm responsible for everything that happened that night. Me. And don't worry, Mr. Freed will suffer too. Knowing that I'm in here and he's not. But Mrs. Freed, Congresswoman Freed, she doesn't deserve to be punished. Jack, I made bad choices. But I'll face the consequences. It's the only honorable thing I have left to do.
You're willing to go to jail? Well, there's a twisted courage there. But there is a braver choice.
The truth?
Janet Freed is married to a man who's unfaithful to her and unfaithful to himself, and she deserves better. And the victim's family deserves to know who killed their son. And listen to me. If you suppress the truth, it will eat at you. Every day, like a cancer.
I was driving.
Then I don't think I can be your lawyer.
Then you won't be.
Privilege isn't an issue here. You can present the evidence to the police.
Yeah, I know.
You have to admire his conviction. He takes responsibility.
Yeah, there is that. It's a full disclosure.
Okay.
Willow Peterson. Labor Day 1990, she and I take the beach house out off the coast of Yarmouth.
The beach house.
The beach house is the name of my father's yacht. My father was there in the morning with some cronies, Zach Folger, Dan Barrington, the Gates brothers, that group. Early afternoon, I take them ashore and pick up Sean Waters, who is wasted by noon. And I should have known better. But it was Labor Day. He doesn't have any family. He doesn't have anyone. So we head back out, and there's drinking, and Sean brought drugs, most of which he consumed. We head back around 5, and I hear Willow laughing, yelling, "Man overboard." And I turn around and I see Sean, and he's going under. And I'm thinking, well, that's Sean, screwing around.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't. So I stop the boat and we both jump in. And it takes us a while, but we get him back onto the swim porch. But he's unconscious. And I give him CPR, but he's turning blue. And I grab the phone then and I dial my father. Not 911. By then it was too late for Sean. I call my father because he's very good at these things. And when we got back to the slip, there were men, and they took Willow and I away. And the next day, she was supposed to go back to Harvard.
She never made it back.
And I never saw her again. 3 days later, Sean Waters' body was found floating in the Potomac 400 miles away from where he fell overboard. I used to think my father did it to protect his bid for Senate. I think he did it to protect me.
You've carried this around all this time?
Don't get me wrong, Sean Waters had it coming. Boy, he carried on. Lived, worked. What goes around